Good afternoon, ACC fam. Welcome back. Today's Sunday, June 21st, around 3 p.m. in the afternoon. And we're on another walk today, enjoying this very balmy afternoon. Threw some shorts on for the first time in over a year. So yeah, my legs are going to be bright white. Hopefully I don't blind anybody out here today. It looks like an EMS response to Fryman Square. We have one over in the parking lot. Looks like they're taking somebody aboard. Let's go on down that way and check it out. Someone being taken aboard on that side. We have emergency response here to the So we had an emergency medical response here to Fryman Square. Not sure what's going on. Probably heat stroke over here. I wouldn't doubt it. We want to make sure that we stay our 25 feet away from the scene until they got it wrapped up. In Indiana, that's the law. At least for any criminal investigations, crime scenes and whatnot. Of course, nobody else seems to be bothered by it. That's true. Hey guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Heat stroke today? Couple heat stroke victims today, guys?
Something like that.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
You see how that message?
Yep.
This hot out, guys, it's important to stay hydrated. You do not want to be on a ride on the back of one of those unless you want a couple days in a nice cool room. Looks like they're rousing up some homeless people sleeping on the benches here in the park today. Trying to stay cool. I'm pretty sure there's no other crimes going on in the city. What's that? There is right now, my friend. There is right now. not quite the competition I'm working on.
Am I gonna be on Nosy Neighbors?
Well, what?
Am I gonna be on Nosy Neighbors?
No.
Okay. Alright.
A little bit better than that.
Which one is it? Indiana News?
No, not Indiana News. Sitting in the shade is illegal, apparently.
You're in public. You have no expectation of privacy.
But you do have a right to remain silent and enjoy this public park in the shade without them harassing you if you'd like.
I don't know if harassing is. She's sleeping in a public park.
Sleeping, resting in the shade. It's a public park.
It's a city ordinance violation.
Yeah, but who's to say she was sleeping? Did you ever hooked up to any of the monitors, or was she just relaxing her eyes?
Locked up to my time. No bangs, bro.
Hey, legitimate questions. We got a strong presence here in Fort Wayne at Bryan Square.
You want to do a ride along?
What's that?
You want to do a ride along?
No, I don't think I'd pass all that background check stuff.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You can try. Our phones were dead, so we had nowhere to
have to give them your ID, guys. You know you're not required to give ID, by the way. You're not even required to give your name unless you've committed a crime. Just so you know. Let's go over here and check out what this guy's doing. In the summertime, that's where a lot of the homeless will congregate. Try to get some shade. They got used to the bathrooms usually. Looks like they have that gated off and chained up. A deadbolt on it. Alright guys, so the city is paying for a $300,000 bathroom to put here in Fort Wayne that they're going to get from a foreign state. They're going to get all the way from California. They're going to get contractors when they have contractors and suppliers that could do it here. And the bathroom that they have right in the middle of downtown is padlocked. It's padlocked. What kind of sense does that make? Let's pay $300,000 for a public toilet and padlock the one they got. Hey, officer. Oh, can I get you a name and badge number real quick since we engaged? Cool. I follow you. Can I get that name and badge number, officer? I cannot. Alright, I'll be going to Captain Letts next. Alright, this officer refused to identify car 4522. Refused to identify even though he contacted me and offered me a ride-along. Alright, well, we're just going to go ahead and go right over to the police station and file a complaint now. Car number 4522. Maybe Captain Letts is in his office on a Sunday. What are the odds of that? My guess is they're slim to none. My guess is slim to none. That is definitely a violation of department policy when you engage with members of the public. Luckily, the police station is right here. So we're just going to run across the street and have a chat with the supervisor. Guess that's right. The rest of the building's shut off today. Hello. Is there a supervisor available for whoever's in charge of the guys at the park?
At the park?
Yeah, I just seen the officer over at the park, and he talked with me. I asked him for his name and badge number, and he refused to identify himself.
What I can do, I can give you the form for internal affairs if you'd like.
Is there? I'd rather not put it on paper for his sake. I'd rather he just correct his attitude. So if I could speak to a supervisor, maybe he can just have a chat with him. I know which car he was driving. I don't know his name.
But you said you don't know his name?
No, he refused to identify.
So you're wanting to talk to a sergeant? Sergeant's not going to be able to, but I'll put a call in for a sergeant for you if you'd like.
For whoever I can talk to who's driving car 4522, and he was just rude and refused to identify.
Here at Fryman?
Yeah, right over here, not 5 minutes ago. I asked him, "Are you going to identify yourself?" And he says, "No, I'm not." And he shut his car door and left.
Okay. And what's your first name, sir?
My first name is Joe.
And your last name?
Renner.
R-E-N-N-E-R?
Correct. I mean, if I have to put in an official complaint, I will, but it's hot out there, and I understand somebody being shitty out in this hot weather, so I'd rather somebody just correct his attitude. Sure, there's a lot of paperwork to go talk to a sergeant, isn't it?
Well, they're not here. I got to put a call in. So that's why it's like, okay. Okay, you can go ahead and take a seat.
Excellent. Let's take a seat in the AC. All right, ACC fam. Waiting on a sergeant. I'll let you know if one shows up anytime soon. It's already after 4. Tell you what, I will come back and talk to a sergeant. I got footage I got to take, and I'm wasting sunlight.
Okay.
So
you want me just take the call out then?
yeah, or tell him he can meet me at the park, because that's where I'll be.
Well,
I'm the guy who's shooting film.
Well, you can come back in when you're ready.
All right. Tell you what, go ahead and give me one of those. Give me one of those internal affair complaint forms in an envelope, please.
Yeah.
I'll take it with me. Because if no one wants to respond to me at the park, then I'm just going to fill it out and send it in to.
You want to go ahead and fill this out anyways, because if you're not wanting to wait, he's not going to be walking around the park looking for you. So
Well,
come back. We're here 24 hours.
I'm not hard to find. Probably McKecken on duty today. Is it McKecken on duty today, Sergeant McKecken?
I don't know who's on. I don't keep track of who's working.
All right. Thank you. All right. So we went ahead and grabbed a complaint form for that car 4522, whatever the name of that officer was that violated his policy. And we are going to turn that in. I'm going to get back across the street after I put this in my backpack. Alright, guys, let's see if this officer over here is a little bit more professional. Maybe he has the name of that officer that was here previously. Hey, bro. Hey, quick question for you. How are you? Yes.
Alright, what's
Correct.
going on?
One of your officers here is driving car 4522.
Okay.
I was here just recording the public park, right? He approached me, asked me if I wanted to do a ride-along because I was video recording his interactions in the park. I explained to him why I couldn't, and he started walking away, and I followed him.
Why is that? You're still
Huh? Yeah.
Okay.
For now. But long story about that. I'll tell you about it sometime.
Not interested.
Oh, sure you are.
So what can I help you with?
What you can help me with is this officer refused to identify himself.
Okay.
So in that part of your policy, last time I read it was, identify
So
yourself
you
to
asked him
members.
for his what?
I asked for his name and badge number.
Okay, and what did he provide for you?
He provided nothing.
Okay.
He provided a closed door, and he answered no.
Alright, were you part of the investigation, or
Huh?
what was your...
That he came up, he approached me.
Okay.
I was simply recording in the park. He approached me.
And what was the vehicle number?
4522.
4522. Okay. Out of curiosity, I saw you a little bit earlier, and you weren't just recording the park, you were going right up to people and recording them.
I wasn't going right up to
No,
people.
like that guy on the bench over there?
Yeah.
I was watching you from here. You walked like 5 feet away from him and started recording him. Like, why?
5 feet away from him, I was recording the bathroom and the
No, you
lock
were
on the
recording him.
door.
You
He
were
was in.
recording
He would happen to be in the picture. Yeah.
Like, why?
I'm a First Amendment auditor.
Okay.
What I do is I go out and exercise my First Amendment right to record video in public.
But why
And
would
record
you
my
need to get
interactions.
so close to just people trying to live their lives?
I'm just trying to live my life. What are you talking? I don't understand what you mean.
Personally, I feel very sad for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? You know, I kind of feel sad for you because you don't understand the First Amendment to the United States Constitution.
But you think it's necessary, Joseph, to go out and bug and harass people to make yourself feel better?
Is that what you think I'm doing?
I feel
Do you
bad
think
for you.
do you think exercising my First Amendment right is
First
harassing
Amendment
people?
auditors, like, make sure they have access to
Officer Young,
public records.
are you a sergeant? Sergeant Young?
Stuff like that. But
Sergeant Young, what's your badge number?
To go up and intentionally harass and annoy people? That's not First Amendment auditor.
Sergeant Young, what's your
That's
badge
just
number?
being a bad person.
Sergeant Young, what's your badge number?
1872.
1872. Officer Young,
Yeah.
officer. What you have to understand is that our First Amendment right to record video in public cannot be constituted into a crime like harassment. And having you come out here and
Mr.
accuse,
Renner, it's just-
having you
it's about
accuse,
common decency.
what's
You can
common?
record the park.
What is common
You can
decency,
record
sir,
the park, but when you
is
go up to
not
people
insulting a
just
member
to
of the
annoy them,
public.
'cause you're not-
Demean a member
you're
of the
not a
public
First
who is
Amendment
simply
auditor,
out
that means
exercising his rights, and
you're
you're
there
trying
to-
to demean me because I am out here exercising my rights.
No,
You do not deserve to be an officer.
You demean yourself.
No, you demean yourself. You do
Mr.
not deserve
Renner,
to be an officer.
It's perfectly fine.
You do not. You
to
should not be
record
in
the
public
park,
service. You should
record
not be in public. In fact,
courthouse,
but you know what?
ask for
You're
documents,
right in line
but
with the
when
rest
you
of Fort
totally
Wayne Police
get,
Department
like,
command
2 feet
staff.
from something- now you're
Dirty.
spitting, sir.
Dirty.
Be careful where you spit, Mr. Renner. But when you
Dirty. That's what you
sometimes
are.
go up close to people to try to annoy them and get a reaction, that's
No.
all you're trying to do.
No, it's not.
Because
I'm exercising my
About
rights.
yourself, Mr.
I'm
Renner,
exercising
that
my rights.
You feel that
You may not
need to
understand
try to
that.
get a reaction out of
You
people
may
to
not
make yourself feel
understand
bad.
that. You
And
may
I-
not understand
I
that.
feel bad for
But
you.
as most tyrants, that's the way you perceive it.
Tyrant. You came up
Tyrant,
to
yes,
me.
you're a
I'm
tyrant.
not harassing you. You came up to me.
I
sir.
came up to you because I requested a sergeant.
Okay.
I didn't think I'd get a tyrant, but
What makes me a tyrant, sir?
well, first of all, you think you can demean members of the public for no reason at all, simply for exercising their constitutionally protected rights. That, for one, is a dead giveaway,
Oh, okay.
officer.
think you need to look up the definition of tyrant, sir.
No, I think you do, and I think you need to reread the Constitution and reread your
I'm not
policies.
Constitution. What you're doing.
You need to reread your
Think about
policies.
that. Have a better life.
Huh? Get a job as a civilian. You suck as a cop.
Ouch.
It's a fact. It's a fact. All right. So we had the good sergeant come up here, decide he was gonna stand up for the cop that's violating their policy, and then he violates it himself by being rude to a member of the public on a public street who was asking him questions. See, this is why we got to keep doing what we're doing. This is why we got to do what we keep doing out here. Because crooked cops like that, most of them are on the command staff. Sergeants, lieutenants, captains. Those are the bad cops, not your everyday average cop. Those are the bad cops. Now, see, I went in there trying to do this guy a favor. I just wanted his attitude corrected. I didn't want to have to file a complaint, but now I'm going to file a complaint, most definitely on that sergeant, but certainly on the officer who refused to identify now. So, ACC fam, we got Fort Wayne full of corrupt cops, at least in their command staff. And so we got to keep pecking away at them, man. We got to keep pecking away until we get rid of these corrupt sons of bitches in the Fort Wayne Police Department. They got to go. Call the mayor's office, let them know. Call your city council members. These are corrupt police officers. I'm out here doing a job, and these corrupt police officers would rather demean a member of the public than take personal responsibility. All right, ACC fam. I'm signing out outside of the Russo Center, the downtown headquarters of the Fort Wayne Police Department. Keep those cameras rolling. Don't let them try to demean you or shame you off the sidewalks when you're out here just exercising your rights. Because the moment you do, they win. And we are not going to allow them to win. Oh, hey, ACC fam, I'm out. Later, man.